This retreat far exceeded my expectations. As far as I knew when I came, I was headed for a lovely farmhouse in Vermont and quiet time to write and not have to answer the phone or cook or anything like that, and really devote the time to my writing. What I discovered was so much more. John and Steve are so accomplished and smart and caring about the projects that we're working on. And but I knew that they offered editorial services to people and all that sort of thing, but I never expected that to apply to me. I thought I was just going to come and write and have my dinner and go back in my room and write some more. So when they took such an interest in what I was doing, I was very pleased. And then in the after dinner sessions, when they said, well, why don't you just read something? And I thought, okay, I guess I could just read something. I never expected to get the kind of feedback I got that turned that piece around. My husband was a great outdoorsman, and the one place he wanted to go was to Antarctica. And we never made it because he became ill 3 years ago. I was working on the article, which is a story about this past year in which I lost my husband, and then I went to Antarctica, and it's a whole, it was just a lot of material that I was trying to work through. And I wanted this to be a tribute to him. I wanted it to include our life together, our love for each other. I wanted it to show what a fine person he was and how so much of him has rubbed off on me. And I guess it's a tribute to my late husband, who was such an extraordinary man. I read it aloud, and I could tell as I was reading it, in a lot of ways, the way I felt as I was writing it, as though I was pushing against something, and it wasn't coming, and I was trying to make it come and make it come. So I read it, and the feedback I got was just phenomenal. John and Steve were telling me that I really needed to give more of the why. Why am I in Antarctica, and how am I feeling? And I happen to mention that in my notes, I talk about being on the bridge of this research ship in Antarctica and the tears just flowing down my face, and that I had decided just not to use that. And they said, oh, no, use it. That's exactly what you need to use. And I had a couple of options for getting into the story, for beginning the story. One was that I'd actually swum in Antarctica, and I thought about that. But then the more I thought about being on the bridge, it just worked. It just worked. So I actually used the thing that in my notes I was dismissing as maybe too maudlin, and it turned out it wasn't at all. It was perfect. Because in reading it the first time, the version that really didn't work, and I knew when I heard Steve and John talk about this that it is exactly what I had to do. I had approached the article from the wrong perspective. I needed to approach it from inside the journey and make the other parts into flashbacks, and I had not put my emotional self into this article, and that was a big mistake. And when they said that, and I started the next day to work on it, it just felt as if I'd been completely turned around, and I'm so grateful.